Hello, everyone. We are live. We're on air. We are sitting here. It's week 4 of the NFL season, and there's a game going on in London currently. But the issue is that the offenses haven't really shown up. So let's first start talking about this game in London right now. The game is the Saints and Dolphins playing in London right now in Wembley. The lighting is really weird. Sorry. But we've got Saints and Dolphins playing against each other right now. And the game started off with some headset issues, and neither team could call plays correctly. And we had Jay Cutler running back and forth, and we had the backup quarterback for the Saints running out onto the field trying to call plays. And then the biggest story coming from the first half of this game. Hello, Ton. Welcome. The biggest storyline from the first half of this game is that it is just horribly played. At halftime, it's currently 3-0 for the Saints, I believe. I think Saints kicked the field goal as time. Yeah, so just very poorly played on both sides. Penalties all over the place. Like every play almost has a flag. Like I think the ratio of plays to flags is probably like close to 1. Like I'd say at least every other play, there has been a flag. And so these offenses are getting holding calls and offensive face mask and offensive pass interference, and it's stalling these drives, and neither team has been able to get anything going. So if you're like me and you've got a Michael Thomas on one of your teams, you're getting very frustrated. And I have Jarvis Landry playing in a league as well. It's just very, very frustrating because these wide receivers, like for instance, Jarvis Landry should have like 8 catches right now, and I think he only has a couple because they keep getting called back based on holding and stuff. So the game is just very poorly played right now. But who knows? Maybe the second half will be better. These offenses will get it figured out. It's not like the defense is playing great defense, except for Crowley, or Crawley, I think his name is. Mr. Crawley is playing very well for the Saints at cornerback. It's really and Ndamukong Suh is having a pretty good game as well. He had a good pass breakup. So anyway, let's get right into to shaming me based on my predictions from last week. Let's be honest. Week 3 of the NFL season was a little weird. The games did not go how most people thought they were going to go. So if we take a look here, I mean, like teams that most people saw as like bad won, and teams that were good, like right here, like Browns and Colts was a crapshoot anyway, but the Colts ended up getting that win. Jets beat the Dolphins. Bills beat the Broncos. Saints beat the Panthers. Bears beat the Steelers. Vikings beat the Buccaneers. Titans beat the Seahawks. It's just the Redskins beat the Raiders. Like these are all games that seemed like they were going to be locks, but this goes to show you that the NFL is unpredictable, right? It was just a very interesting week of games. This dropped my overall record to 12-16 on the season, but I think most people had a very similar looking prediction sheet. But we're hoping that this week's going to be better. We're hoping this week's going to be better. So the Packers and Bears, the Packers absolutely destroyed the Bears. I can't even remember what it was, 35-14. So it was not a pretty game. And I think one of those scores was late for the Bears. So Packers just put the whooping on the Bears, and that's pretty much all you can say. Packers won in every facet of the game on Thursday night. It was good if you're a Packer fan, not good if you're a Bears fan or just a neutral fan. Saints at Dolphins, we're just gonna write suck because this game sucks. Titans at Texans. So let's first get into all the 1 o'clock games. We have some interesting games coming up. Now we have the Texans, who played much better against the Patriots than most people thought they were going to, but they still ended up losing to the Patriots last week. And the Titans had an impressive win against the Seahawks. In this case, I think that Mariota is special. I think that he's going to find a way to win a lot of games. this year, and for this reason, I'm going to take the Titans in a close game, but still a good game. I think it's gonna be a low scoring affair. Maybe I'll say 21-17. The Titans are going to win. Jaguars at Jets. This, I think, is going to be a breakout game for Leonard Fournette. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be something like 14-10, but I think the Jaguars are going to be able to pull out the win. I think Leonard Fournette gets like both of those touchdowns, and I think if you're a neutral fan watching it, it's not going to be a very fun game to watch unless you're a huge Leonard Fournette fan. But yeah. So Panthers at Patriots. The Panthers are not looking themselves. I think Patriots will take this one. I don't think they'll necessarily like completely dominate in every aspect of the game. I think Cam might have a good game, but I think the Patriots are going to put up points. So I'm going to take the Patriots 42-24. Lions at the Vikings. I'm going to take it's interesting because Case Keenum played really well last week and ended up beating the Buccaneers. But I still just don't have faith in Case Keenum. I don't know why I have faith in Matt Stafford, but I have more faith in Matt Stafford than I do Case Keenum. And Sam Bradford's going to come back soon, but from what I've heard, it's still going to be Case Keenum at the helm this week. Yes, correct me in chat if I'm wrong, but I think they're still rolling with Keenum. So if that's the case, I got to take the Lions. I'll take the Lions 24-10. Bills at Falcons. The Falcons just look very good right now. The Bills defense is okay, and Tyrod Taylor makes some plays. I hate the Bills fans that are just like, oh, we need to start Nathan Peterman. Like, dude, Tyrod Taylor makes plays. Like, he is not playing bad for you. But that being said, I'm still going to take the Falcons 31-21. Steelers at the Ravens, I think, is going to be a very good game. I almost picked this for game of the week, but I actually have a pick that might surprise some people for game of the week. But Steelers at Ravens, we know this is going to be a slugfest. We know these teams are gonna come out and hit each other hard. Love your hair, BB. Just wanted to say hi. No one betted me today, or I can't watch. Hey, that is that's your decision. But thank you on the hair. I mean, like I feel like a new man. I got to trim all this up underneath here, but yeah, got the haircut, got the beard trimmed, and they waxed in here. It was interesting. I've never had anything waxed before, especially eyebrows. Got the eyebrows did, as the kids would say, right? So anyway, let's go back over to God. I feel like I got to sneeze. And it's gone. Happens all the time. All right, so we're flipping back over to the Excel file here. We've got Steelers at Ravens. I think Steelers are going to find a way to win. The Ravens got exposed last week against the Jaguars in London, got killed 44-7. So I think, as you can see up here, I think the Ravens are just they're waiting for the bye week right now. I think Steelers are going to start clicking. I think even though they lost they're both coming off bad losses. I mean, Steelers lost to the Browns, so I can't really dog them too much either. But I think Steelers are more likely to get their act together than the Falcons. So I'm going to end up taking the Steelers 35-24. Like I said, it's going to be back and forth, but they got playmakers on both sides. It's not the Steelers of old, where it's just and Ravens of old, where they're just going to run the ball 67 friggin' times. You look awesome. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. So, Bengals at Browns. Bengals, I've been saying every week, like, they eventually got to get their act together, right? Like, Bengals are eventually going to become the Bengals. This is me being hopeful because I got A.J. Green and Joe Mixon on a lot of my teams. But this week, I really do think that this is the week that the Bengals put the ball in Joe Mixon's hands a lot, and they end up beating the Browns quite handily. I'm going to take this 31-10 blowout in favor of the Bengals. Now, Rams at Cowboys. This is going to be my game of the week. And for some of you, this might be a little surprising, but this is a tale. Okay, so we've got two young quarterbacks. We got Jared Goff, Dak Prescott. Jared Goff was the #1 overall pick. Dak Prescott was a second-round pick. Both promising young quarterbacks. Goff has just come to his own, whereas Prescott was great last year and he's sliding a little bit. Could Goff overtake him? Could he win this duel? And also look at the running backs in this game. We've got Ezekiel Elliott. We've got Todd Gurley. I think this is a great matchup as far as offenses, just looking to put some points up on the board. And this might be me being hopeful, but I hope to God this is a shootout. And I'm going to go 35-31 in favor of the Cowboys because I still don't like Jared Goff. I don't know, something about him. So it like I said, a lot of people, they look at Rams and they're like, really, dude, Rams? This is a fun offense. Sammy Watkins, Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, when they're clicking like they were last week, they are fun to watch. So that's it for the 1 o'clock games. So if you had to pick one game to watch and you had your option of any of them, I'd say Rams-Cowboys is the one to watch. But I think Bengals-Browns could be good. Steelers-Ravens could be good. The two AFC North divisional matchups. I'm watching Panthers-Patriots because it's my team. But, Eagles at Chargers I think could be a sneaky good game as well. I've been saying the Chargers are going to get their act together this year, but they seem to prove me wrong every time. They seem to break my heart. So I don't see anything changing this week. So I'm going to end up taking the Eagles in this game, 27-14. But I hope the Chargers can turn it around a little bit. I really do. So Giants at Buccaneers. I'm going to the Buccaneers-Patriots game next Thursday. So look for me on TV. You can keep an eye out for me, but I'm not going to this game. Giants at Buccaneers. I think this is one of those games where they're just going to assume that the veteran quarterback will end up getting it done. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think Jameis Winston is good. I think the Buccaneers are going to find a way to hold on. I think I'm going to go with a 24-23 last-minute drive by Jameis, maybe kick a field goal to end up winning that game. 49ers at Cardinals. I don't care about this matchup at all. I'm going to say that the Cardinals end up winning this game, but I really don't care, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be like 14-7 snooze fest. Don't watch that game. But who knows? The game, what was the game? Rams at 49ers last week was supposed to be like the stinker of all stinkers, and it was 41-39 final. So you never know. It's the NFL, right? So who am I to say Cardinals 49ers is going to be a stinker? Raiders at Broncos is the pick for a lot of people to be game of the week. Broncos have over-delivered. Raiders have looked, I wouldn't say under-delivered, but they definitely don't look as dominant as they have. Surprisingly here, Broncos are at home, and I think Von Miller is going to show up, and I think they're going to shut Derek Carr down. Amari Cooper is good, but he's going against that no-fly zone, and I don't know. I just have this sneaking suspicion that the Broncos are going to end up pulling this one out, and I'm going to say they're going to do it in fashion of 21-10. Now we move on to the night game tonight, Colts at Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson is going to go off. I think that the Seahawks are going to win this game handedly, 35-7 Seahawks. Maybe a couple defensive scores, who knows. But I don't think it's going to be a very good game. Redskins, until Andrew Luck comes back, Colts are just in that same mode that they've been in. So they won last week, but let's be real, they faced the Browns. So Redskins at Chiefs. Let me correct myself. I think earlier I said that the Steelers lost against the Browns. They lost against the Bears. I don't know why I said Browns. But Redskins at Chiefs. This could end up being good. Redskins beat the Raiders last week. Chiefs are undefeated. I love the Chiefs, man. I can't go against the Chiefs right now. I want the Chiefs to run the table, except for when they get to the playoffs, lose to the Patriots. I think just seriously, I think the Chiefs are so exciting, so fun. Kareem Hunt's the real deal. Tyreek Hill's the real deal. Alex Smith does just what he needs to do. They are playing fantastic right now, and they are going to put up points on the Redskins. I'm gonna do some obscure score. We're gonna go 33 to 19. That's the prediction. Scoregami that. Saints just scored a touchdown. Who was it, Tom? Tell me. Was it Thomas? I need him. I need him to score for me. But yeah, I'm going to take Chiefs 33 to 19, and that's the Monday night game tomorrow night. Now, let's go talk about FanDuel for a second. Let me skip on over. Hello, people. Let me skip on over to the FanDuel screen extravaganza over here, which, by the way, last week I ended up picking up wins in 2 of my 3 leagues, except for the league that's like the it's like the shit talking league. Like all of us we're a bunch of friends that all play together. But my pay league, the one where I put $20 in, I'm 3-0 in that one, and I moved to 1-2 in the Visokii Entertainment League in a very close game. So this week, you heard me reference a lot of these guys. I said Russell Wilson was going to go off. Leonard Fournette and Joe Mixon are 2 running backs looking for a breakout performance, and Joe Mixon is cheap, $5,600. He's facing a team that they're middle of the road, but I think it's just time to give Joe Mixon all the carries, and I think that Laser, it was Thomas, nice. So I think that the offensive coordinator, Bill Lazor? I think he understands Joe Mixon needs the ball more. But my fantasy player of the week, and I'll put this in the Excel file, I think DeAndre Hopkins, especially if you are playing PPR league. He's facing a Tennessee Titans defense that is 28th overall, 28th against the pass as well. I think DeAndre Hopkins, he only has 1 touchdown. I think he gets another couple today. He's going to end up being – I'm going to mark him in as our fantasy player of the week. I just think that he needs that highlight game. You know, Hopkins has been doing well. Talk about a guy that's been doing well as well. Let's take a look at the Stephon Diggs. I mean, he had 4.1 points the second week, but he faced a tough Pittsburgh defense. But look at the 33-point game, the 24.2 game. Stephon Diggs has been doing so well. And, hold on, Melvin Gordon. News alert. Chargers Melvin Gordon, a pain management issue. Oh, okay. He's a tough guy. He'll tough it out. Julio Jones is facing a tough defense this week, but I just have a sneaking suspicion. Sometimes you have to throw the matchups out the window and just think to yourself, it's the Falcons playing the Bills. And Julio hasn't had that dominant performance yet. I think this is the week he gets it. I really do. I've got Jimmy Graham. I picked him up in another league once again. 30th again. The Colts are 30th overall, 30th against the pass, and they're good against a rush. Meaning Seattle's probably they're gonna lean on Chris Carson, but if he gets stuffed, I think Jimmy Graham ends up being open. I take Gostkowski because I think New England's going to be able to take care of Carolina, and the Bengals are playing the Browns. It's always a safe bet to play the defense who's been playing against the Browns. So. That's my fantasy lineup this week. I've entered the $2 million FanDuel Sunday Million. I usually don't, but I feel pretty confident in this lineup. So it's $7 entry fee for me this week. Usually I only play $1 or so, but I feel really, really good about this lineup this week. So please let me know, call me an idiot. Give me your predictions. What's going to happen this week? Can I bring it back to even? I have to go +5. We've got how many games I predicted? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. So in order to bring it back to positive, I got to go 10-5. So let's hope. I think. No, it must be 14. See, I suck. Can't even do math. I got to go 9-5 in order to bring it back. But let's hope for a good week of football, ladies and gentlemen, because I like football. I got to sit here and grade papers while we're watching football. So Not as fun as I would like it to be, but is what it is. Life of being a teacher. Got to do some work on Sundays, which is also football day. I think I'm hanging out with Charlie and Rick here soon. Maybe I'll vlog it or something. If you guys would be down for some vlogs, let me know. Tweet at me at Visokii Tweets, VISOKIITWEETS on Twitter. Hit me up on the Twitter machines and go whatever team you root for. I'm a Patriots fan, but go Eagles. That's Rick's team. Go Packers. That's Charlie's team. Go Cowboys. That's Trey's team. My other friend Mike likes the Giants. Not so much, And go Buccaneers. That way we got some credibility of the Bucs going into the Thursday night game against the Patriots. Coming at you this time next week, I will be talking about – I'll probably do a long review of the Patriots-Buccaneers game because I'll be there. So we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, click the little bell so you know when we go live. Ding! And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.